Hey guys, it's Caden, and welcome to another episode of Get Prepped for Podcast, where we talk with voice actors, nonprofit leaders, and businesses about the new game, Get Prepped. Today, we have the one and only Geoff Pictor here. He's one of the voice actors in the game. Welcome to the show, Jeff.
Thanks for having me, Caden. I'm psyched.
I'm psyched that you're psyched. Now, for those of you who don't know, how did you get into voice acting?
So that's a good question. I was I still am, but this was pre-pandemic. I was a actor and a private tutor in New York City, and I started tutoring someone's child in like ninth grade math because everybody needs a math tutor. And this person was not the kid, but the mother that I was working with was a casting director for voiceover and a coach. And so I started taking lessons with her, and it was a ton of fun. I realized it was a way I could be an actor without needing to go to non-union theater cattle calls and all that scary New York City actor stuff. And since then, that's kind of where I've been driving my artistic endeavors, and it's been a ton of fun.
Definitely sounds fun. My next question for you is: what was your favorite role you've taken thus far?
Favorite role? I got to do a social media campaign for an e-bikes company called Rad Power Bikes. And they were setting it up like the promo for a fake podcast. It was called The Most Bored Person in America. Kind of like a true crime podcast, but looking for bored people. And I was the voice of the podcast promo, but then I was also the voice for one of the bored people. And the script was just very funny. And that was a lot of fun. We got to play with this character in session. The producers were a riot, so that was a really fun campaign.
Yeah, that's definitely one that sounds fun. I love e-bikes personally. I have one myself.
Oh,
My next,
nice.
my next question for you is: what was a challenging or funny moment in the studio?
Mm, challenge. Oh, yeah. So my first ever job, I didn't really have a studio. I had what I called the pillow fort. So I would arrange all these pillows and things around where my microphone was, and I had like a school binder with foam in it that I would put around, and I was just using this USB mic, and I had gotten a small gig for a mobile game from a referral, and it was my first ever job. And what they wanted to do prior to record was get some preliminary recordings for a sound engineer to take a look at to make sure that the quality was going to be okay. And I was absolutely scared to death because everything that I was doing at the time was pretty slapdash. I didn't have money for a good microphone. I didn't have space for like an enclosed space for a booth. And I sent these folks, this engineer, some recorded material from my booth. He's like, "Yeah, sounds great. You're good to go." And I'm like, "Oh, we passed the test." The day of the recording, I'm in the studio, and the engineer that I had worked with previously wasn't available, and a different engineer was in there, and he had every problem under the sun with my setup. And I was absolutely sweating bullets. We got it to work, we figured it out, but it was like one of these, oh, it's your first job, gotta make a good impression. And it was one bad impression after another, after I thought for sure that we had taken care of the technical business. So that was challenging. Fortunately, now I'm in a much better setup.
Yeah, that definitely sounds challenging. My last question for you is, if you could voice any character, which one would it be and why?
If I could voice any character, I think so. I have been playing League of Legends with my friends for, I want to say, 15 years now. I was like one of the original players of that game. Um, and it's something that I do with my brother, it's something that I do with my friends, and it would be just a dream come true to voice one of their characters. Maybe maybe one of their champions, but that's always a lofty goal. But they've got an awesome game called Legends of Runeterra, which is a collectible card game or CCG. And the number of fun voicers, fun characters, because every character that you play in from your hand as a card has some kind of voice. And those are really, really fun. So boy, I'd love to work with Riot and their character development. Their stuff is great.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much to Jeff for coming on. If you guys want to see more amazing interviews with the cast and crew of Get Prepped, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.